Let's talk about some books that I thought were even better on audio. As you guys know, I'm a huge audiobook lover, so much so that there are times that I think the audiobook is even more enjoyable than reading the physical copy. And here are some specific times that I felt like the audio just really brought the story to life. Before we jump into the titles, it is only right, as your honorary book bestie, that I let you know Audible is having a holiday promo. It has already started. From now and through the middle of December, you can get 3 months of Audible Premium Plus for 99 cents a month. That is 3 months of audiobooks for less than $3. I'll have that linked in my profile if you are interested in claiming that deal and signing up for the offer. But no matter where you get your audiobooks, let's talk about some titles that I absolutely loved. First, I have the entire Lakefront Billionaire series. This is the first book, Love Redesigned. This is a spicy billionaire romance series, and it is so good on audio. The dual narration is done so well, and it feels really immersive because like each voice narrator reads their own dialogue lines as well, so it just totally brings the story to life. It was really enjoyable on audio. The spice didn't even feel cringy, which normally it does when you have a smutty audiobook. Didn't bother me. And I have Caravel. This is a fantasy series, and normally I don't like fantasy on audio because I need to be reading the physical book or else my mind wanders and I get super lost with all the things going on in a fantasy book. But this one in particular, just the vibe of the story, it kind of has like a carnival, like whimsical vibe, and hearing that and hearing the different narrators and everything going on really made me feel like I was more immersed in the story. It was really, really, really great. Then I have my favorite memoir, and that is Know My Name by Chanel Miller. But I have to say, honestly, any memoir, as long as it's narrated by the author, which most of the time it is, highly recommend on audio. Something about hearing someone tell their own story in their own voice, extra power. This book in particular is very heavy. Please check trigger warnings, but it is such a beautifully done book. Then I have Pack Up the Moon by Kristen Higgins, and this follows a woman who is ill and ends up passing away from her illness. That's not a spoiler. It happens very on in the book. It's the whole premise of the book. But basically, she leaves her husband letters to kind of help him through the grieving journey. And the way that the letters were narrated in her voice just like totally brought them to life and made them even more emotional. Highly recommend this book on audio. It was a very heavy read, but really beautifully done as well. And I have The Wedding People, and to be honest, I recommend this on audio simply because the chapters are so incredibly long, but the story is so good. Something about reading a physical book when the chapters are like 20, 30, 40 pages long feels super daunting, but if I'm listening to it, it feels more manageable. So I got through this book entirely on audio, and I really enjoyed the audio. Lastly, I have a thriller, and that is Listen for the Lie. I will always recommend this book on audio over reading the physical copy. I don't think I would have enjoyed it as much if I read the physical copy, but there are like podcast clips and phone calls and things that sound literally like phone calls. You hear the phone ringing, you hear the podcast clip, you hear static, like it is such a production. It's not even just an audiobook. It's like a full production, and it is so dang good. Those are 6 books that I highly recommend the audio for. Again, that Audible promo will be linked in my profile if you are interested in checking it out, but no matter where you get your audiobooks, highly recommend getting your hands on these ones. Happy reading, or should I say happy listening, book besties. I hope you enjoy as much as I did.